So good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, let's start the class. Uh, so I'm going to discuss on strings concept. So in last two few classes, you studied about the list data type and dictionary data type. And while discussing dictionary, I had mentioned you to count the number of words. So you maybe I told you to use some text message. So that's a one string type data. Okay, text message is one kind of string type data. So then how to use such data, and if you want to split the data, or if you want to perform some operations like finding some string in that string, substring in the main string, or if you want to perform so many various operations like converting from lowercase to uppercase or from uppercase to lowercase, or to capitalize the first letter of a sentence, so all these things, so you can do with the help of strings, like, and their methods. So then how to work with the strings, so that you are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so let's begin with the basic data type, that is string data type. As you all know already, because we have already discussed so many concepts of strings in my previous classes. String is basically a collection of characters. It's a sequence of characters. So one thing what you can note down here is, so in either like if you take a C programming language, so single quotes are used to enclose only single character, so that we call as character. Okay, a character. So mean single quotes are used to enclose only a single character. So but the double quotes are used to enclose one or more than one character, zero or more than more than zero characters. So in the double quote, that we call a string in C programming language. Likewise, even in Java also it is same. But when it comes to Python programming language, so here in Python, so the string can be enclosed in either it may be zero characters or it may be more than zero characters, like 1, 2, 3, or n number of characters. So then such string data can be enclosed in either pair of single quotes or can be enclosed in pair of double quotes. So that's the one advantage of using this string in Python programming language, because here you need not to worry, like so single quotes are to be used for only single character length, or double quotes are to be used for only more than one character length. It's not like that. Any number of characters, it may be zero or it may be one or it may be n number of characters, then you can use either single quotes or you can use double quotes. But what is the difference between enclosing in single quote or double quote? So that we'll see with the examples here, right? Then, as I already discussed, string concatenation can be done with the plus operator. String replication can be done with the multiplication operator, that is star. Okay, so many things we already discussed. So here we'll go in detail. Okay, let's begin with some few basic concepts. Then I'll go with the methods of the string. Right. So first thing here. So that is what I starting with here. Single quotes and double quotes. Right. Let's start the idle. So is my screen visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me start with the single quote and double quote string here. So now I want to include this hello word in a yes. So now you can check out the type of yes. So it is going to give us the class called as str. That means it is a string type now. It is a string type. The same yes I will go to create here in S1. So now the same content, that is hello word, I'm going to use in the double quote. Now if I check the type of S1, so now also it is going to give us a class called as str. So now both are same here. S and S1 both are same. So that's why both are treated as now string type data, right? But what is the difference between single quote and double quote here? Okay, so for that, what you need to understand is the third point here, that is escape characters. What do you mean by escape characters here? Escape characters are nothing but, so the characters which begins with the front slash, backslash. So the characters which begins with the backslash. So only few characters are there. Only few characters are there. They are called as character constants, or they are also called as escape characters. They got some purpose, built-in purpose. For example, if I take slash n, so what is this slash n? You already experienced this slash n in C
New
programming language.
New line.
New line.
New line. But if I just write n, then it is a literal n. It is just a literal n, letter n. But when I write this slash n, then it is a backslash n. That means it is a new line, right? Likewise, you have this one, backslash t. What is this backslash t?
Tab.
Tab. So that means it is going to leave when I use this backslash t in the print function, it is going to print 8 continuous spaces, right? That only you try to understand here now. Print. So now I'll write here hello, right? Then slash n, then world. Now what will be the output if I write this one? I have written in a single quote now. Hello slash n world, right? So what will be the output now? If I execute this one, what will be the output?
Hello in the next line.
Hello? Yes?
The next line words.
Next line. In 2 lines, you are going to get the output. Correct? So that is
Yes, sir.
print.
Yes.
Right? In 2 lines, you are going to get the output. That means now here, wherever you want the new line, so you are inserting that slash n, right? The escape character. That's the speciality of a new line, right? So mean it is going to do its purpose when you use it in a print function, right? So like this, if I write the, again I'm getting the same output. But now look at here. Now look at here, right? RTE societies, right? Right. Now I'm going to write this one. Now what I'm going to get here on the screen? Yes, what will be the output from this one?
Single line outputs.
Okay, single
RT is assigned one line.
but okay, so it is going to print the RTE followed by societies. But try to understand here, we have used a single quote. This we call as apostrophe, right? So, but is it going to display this single quote in the output? Is it going to display that single quote RTE societies, including that single quote, will be displayed on the screen or not? Hello all.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Now when you use it in the double quote, it has displayed the single quote. But look at here now. If I write this single quote, now what is happening here? What is happening here? So I could have used either single quote or double quote to enclose the string to be displayed. But now what happened? You see here. Here my content to be displayed. Here my content to be displayed is RT societies, which is having a single character. Sorry, which is having a single quote as a character to be displayed. Right, which is having a single quote as a character to be displayed in the text message. When I use the same text, in the single pair of single quotes in the printf function, then what is happening? You see here, up to this there is a color called as this color, this one, right? So, but here you see this one, it is in the black color, right? That means here is the start of the string and here is the end of the string. It treats this as a end of the string, and this one is not a valid string, valid syntax. Now look at here, what we got here now, invalid syntax. Are you getting now my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So mean if some special characters, if you want to display, if some special characters like single quote or it's a double quote itself, you want to display in the text. So so what you can do is, so you can go with the escape. You can go with the escape character that is backslash. So look at here now. I'll write a backslash. Now what has happened? See, look at the color difference here and here. So here there was a different color, okay, for two part of the string, but here now single color is there for the entire string. Now if I execute, I'll be getting the same output. Now did you get the difference between single quote and double quote now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in case, yeah, again same thing what I'm going to show you. See, look at here now, double quote, right? Double quote. Now I'm going to use here hello, right? For example, I want to display my name here, right? And then world. Right. Now what happens here? Will it show error message or is a correct syntax? It's a proper syntax here.
Error, sir.
Error, sir.
Of course, it's an error. Why it's error here? Because you see here, start of a string is always indicated with the pair starting double quote, right? So end of string is indicated with another double quote, right? So mean from this to this, it treats as a one string, right? And again from this to this, it treats as another string. Then what about this mark? So this mark is just it is treating as a variable now, since it is not enclosed in double quote or in single quote. So it will be treated as a variable. So but that variable has no it has no existence. And also, so when you use multiple strings, so then either they are to be separated by comma or they are to be separated by plus mark. So then the concatenation will occur. But here we are not done that also. That's why, so here it is going to display syntax error, right? But if I want to correct this one, then what you can do is, so if you want to enclose that mark in pair of double quotes, then escape these two double quotes. Now it is going to treat this entire hello mark word as a one string, right? And now when I execute this one, I'll be getting the output, right? So mean that if the single quote is to be enclosed as a character to be displayed in pair of single quotes, then it is not allowed directly. Then it has to be escaped. It has to be escaped with a backslash character. Likewise, if a double quote is to be displayed as a character in the text message, in the print, either in the print function or with the string, okay, any of the string variable, in that case, you need to escape it with a backslash character. That is called as escaping. Mean you can escape its a special characteristic. Got it? Did you understand the difference between the single quote and double quote?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
So that's the nature of strings in strings with single quotes and double quotes, as well as the escape characters. Now, what about raw strings here? Raw strings. Now look at here. So the raw strings. So usually what you can do here, so if you want to print a raw string, mean just you can write here a prefix r before writing the content to be displayed or the string to be displayed, right? So just you can write here r. So that means it is going to display as a raw string. It is going to display it as a raw string. What does it mean? A raw string mean? Like, just try to understand here with the some special characters. If I enclose here slash n, now what is going to happen here now? If I write here, look at here. If I write without r, it is going to give this display, right? Mean RT in one line, society is in another line. But if I prefix r, mean it's a raw data, so then you look at here the output. Now did you understand the difference between a raw string and a normal string?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What r is going to do here? What r is going to do here? What r is going to do?
It will display same thing, sir.
whatever you enclose, whatever you write within the pair of double quotes, it will display as it is without performing any of its special characteristics, without performing any of the operations of the special purposes of the characters enclosed, like slash n, which has got some special characteristic, right? Slash n has got some special characteristic, that is a new line, right? Moving the cursor to the next line, right? But it is not going to do that. When it is a raw string, it is not going to do that. It simply treats that those are the characters to be displayed. Did you get the idea?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
even
sir.
you see here now, even you see here. So here, what I was telling here, just RT societies, it was displaying the single quote. But when I prefix R as a, I mean, it is a raw data, then you look at here. Even it is going to display this backslash and single quote. Mean it is not performing the special purpose of that backslash single quote, right? It is preventing its operation. It's preventing its operation, and it is displaying those characters as a normal characters to be displayed on the screen. Did you get that one? That's why it is called as raw data. Mean without any special purpose. The character text will be displayed without any special operations. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes, sir.
try to understand
Yes,
here
sir.
one more special characteristic of strings, that is multi-line, writing multi-line strings. How to write multi-line strings here? So for example, you see here, now I want to write this print, right, with the double quote. I'll start with the double quote. I'll start with the double quote, right? Now, okay, I'll write here. Welcome to Python concepts. Now see here, when I press the enter button here, immediately after typing welcome to Python concepts, I pressed enter button. Now what happened here? Immediately it terminated the print statement. It terminated the print statement, and it is showing the error message called as end of line while scanning string literal. So that means it didn't find the pairing double quote. So and it stopped with a error message, right? So mean it is not allowing me to type a multi-line in the print function, right? So even if I start with single quote, you write, see here, if I start with single quote, so now welcome to Python concepts. So here you are going to learn. So now I want to press here next content, I want to write it in the next line. So just if I press enter button, again it is preventing me to type a data. So I mean, it is treating that pressing enter button is treating as end of the print line, right? But if I want to write multi-line print statement, I have a paragraph of text to be displayed. So then how to write that one? So that can be done with a pair of 3 single quotes, right? Pair of triple quotes. Either it may be a single 3 single quotes or 3 double quotes. Now look at here. What I'm going to do here, just I'll copy this one, right? Now 3 single quotes are written. Now I press the enter button. Now what happened here? I started with 3 single quotes, and then I type some text. Then I press the enter button here. Now it is waiting in the next line. Mean it is not now. It's not treating as it's the end of a line, end of a print line. It is waiting for some more data from the user. So here you are going to learn. You are going to learn string concepts, and there. Look at here now. Third line. I went to third line. There methods of functions, right? Now to end with, again I use a pair of triple quotes, right? Now press this one. Now we are getting the same output. Did you understand how to write a multi-line?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, see,
Yes,
if
sir.
I want to take it in some variable, if I want to take a data, multi-line data in the variable, then that time also you can do the same thing here, right? Simple. Just I'll take the copy of this one, right now. Yes. Now if I print yes, now you see here. So again I'm going to get the data here. So now the data is enclosed in single quota. Okay, that means it is a string data now. It is a string data, which is multi-line, Look at here now, content of this one. Say after here you, okay, here you, after this one, what I did here, I pressed enter button, right? Hello
Yes,
all.
sir.
Yes,
Here I
sir.
Yes,
pressed
sir.
enter, right? For that
Enter.
reason, you see here, what it has added here. Did I add this one explicitly?
No, sir.
No, but it has
No, sir.
added it before by default, because when I press enter button, it is going to take the new line into the string. Right here also, after and I press enter button, so that's why another new line has been added here. Did you get this one now? So now when I print this, yes, that's why I'll be getting the 3 line of output. Yes, did you understand? If you want to use a paragraph of text in a program, so because I was given you an assignment like take a paragraph of text in a variable and then do counting of words. So for that you could have used this one, right? So now also you can try with this. Did you get this one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Yes, sir.
So same thing, I'm showing you the double quote, a pair of triple double quotes. Now also it is going to give the same output, right? So either with pair of triple single quotes or sorry, not pair of. So by using triple single quotes or by using triple double quotes, you can create a multi-line text data in the Python. Right, single quotes and double quotes, a pair of single quotes and pair of double quotes can be used for single line text. But if you want to create a multi-line text, that time you have to go with the triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then one more thing, the another speciality of this triple quotes is you can use the content in triple quotes as a multi-line comment. See, what does it mean here, multi-line comment? See, for example, I'll go to program, right? So if I want to write a single line comment, I use as symbol, right, to write a comment line. So this is a single line comment. Right, this is single line comment. But if I want to write a multi-line comment, then so that time also you can use this pair. So see, triple quotes, triple single quotes or triple double quotes. This is multi-line comment. Right, now print illustrating comment line. Right. Let's just run this code. Now look at here. Just I got a message that is illustrating comment lines. So only this line is being considered for execution. But so this line and this line, these two lines are treated as the comment lines. Did you understand? If you want to write, a multi-line comment in the program, that time again you can use the triple quotes, right? Either either with the single quotes or with the double quotes. You can use the triple quotes for creating multi-line comment lines. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's all about basics of strings. Now reading and converting. So this all you know already because I discussed this one. See, for example, if I want to read an input, enter a string. Right. So you can use this input function, right? So obviously when you read any data from the keyboard, the data will be in the string form only, right? The data will be in the string form. So now if I just read this one, so execute this program, it is going to read a string. So I'll enter welcome. So now look at it. So just it is going to display whatever you enter. Even if you enter numbers also, that number will be treated as string type. So this all you know already, right? So that's why if you want to convert string data into integer, then you can use the int function. If you want to convert from int to string, then you can use the function called as str function, right? So that's a basic, so that already discussed, right? Then this even concatenation, string concatenation I already discussed. So just I will go with the simple, right? Here hello plus world. So this way you can do concatenation. So this already been discussed, right? Then if you want to replicate the string, so then you can go with the star and the number of times you want to replicate the string. Suppose if I write 4, so then hello will be replicated 4 times. So you get hello, 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 right? So this been already discussed, right? Now looking into the inside the string here, right? When I create a string, so then look at here. For example, if I write just s equals to banana. So if I create this one, it is going to create something like this here, right? So B will be at position 0, A will be at position 1, then N will be at 2, like so on. The next character positions will be this, like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So mean when the string is created something like this as an array of characters, with the index positions. So then definitely you can do indexing on the string. Indexing, what do you mean by indexing here? Then that means if you want to retrieve a particular character from the string, then you can refer by its position. You can refer that character by its position. For example, if I want to read B, which is at position 0, so then you can write here S sub 0. So you'll be getting only B. So mean that, so when I create a string, it is going to store in the memory location as a array of characters, as a list of characters, you can say, right? List of characters. So first character will be at position 0, this is by default, right? The next character will be at 1, so on, the positions will be continued. So that's why every character of the string can be retrieved with its index position, right? So that is what I'm doing here. With s of 0, I'm getting B. Like s of 3, sorry, if s I write s of 3, then I'll be getting A. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. See here you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. At third position you have letter A. So that I got from the one. Right? Did you understand this one? Indexing.
Yes, sir.
So that is indexing. That's what I was discussing. So again, see, look at here. How many characters are there in this one? Last position of the last character is 5. Suppose if I go out of the index position, mean out of the index, so then it is going to give me out of range. It is going to be index is out of range. Yes. So it is very similar to list concept. Okay, it is very similar to list concept. So where the elements were having the index positions like 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Likewise, the string is like. Then obviously strings have length, so that can be calculated with the length function. So you can just write here L equals, for example, print of len of, I'll write yes, right? It is going to print the length of the string, that is 6. Banana is having 6 characters, that is going to give 6. Likewise, right? So we can use length function, len function, to find the length of the string. Then if you want to loop through the string, yes, I created banana, so I want to loop through every character of the string here with the index position. So then simple, you can do a simple coding here, like I'll take I equals to 0, right? It's an index position now, and then right, okay. So then you take while, right? I less than length of, I know I can find the length of the string with the len function, so I'll just write this one. So me now I is going up to the length of the string. I'll be iterating from 0 to length of the string. So then I'll print yes of I. I'm going to print each of the character, right? So then I'll increment I value by 1 to forward to the next character, or to advance to the next character. Look at here now. So I'll be iterating through every character of the string now with this while loop. Even this can be rewritten. Simple as like this. Like for example, I'll write while x in yes, while x in yes, print of x. So this also is going to do the same thing. Instead of writing this these many lines, so simple one two line of for loop can be used to iterate through every character of the string. Did you get the idea of how to iterate through characters, every character of the string?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Even before also we worked on one of the concept like character counting, right? We took one message and we with the help of dictionary we calculated the number of occurrences of every character in the message. So where also we worked on this kind of for loop, right? We iterated through every character of the string and we counted the number of occurrences of every character, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you can work on the string. So with the for loop or with the while loop, you can iterate through every character of the string. So here are given examples and I already discussed with one. So here counting. So just now I was telling you. So how many occurrences each of the character is having. So you can do that. See here, there is a word called as banana. Count as initial 0. Foreign, like what before that I'm going to discuss. Then like you already know about in operator and not in operator, right? So those two operators again you can use on the strings. You can use on the strings. For example, now I am having s as banana, right? I want to know some character is in this string or not. Some character, right, is in the string or not. For example, I want to check out whether n is in the string or not. So just I can write yes in, sorry, a single quote n in yes. Now it is going to give true because n is available in the yes. Likewise, so I'll write x in yes. So now it is going to give false. Mean if the character is in the string, then it is going to give true. If not, then it is going to give false. Right? So with the help of this one, then you can go for character counting. So that only we did here. Right? So look at here. For letter in word, mean it is this for loop is iterating through every letter of the word, right? And then if letter is equals to a, mean I'm just counting here the number of occurrences of letter a, number of occurrences of letter a. So if letter is a, then count is incrementing by 1. So when I print this entire when I execute this entire code, I'm going to get the count of occurrences of letter a. Just copy this code, save this, char count, char a count. So now run this code. Now look at here, 3. So since a has occurred 3 times in the banana, so it has displayed 3. Like this, you can make it general. Say you can make it general like as we did with the dictionary. In the dictionary we stored for every character we stored its number of occurrences. So that was the concept. Did you understand? Are you getting the idea how to work with the strings?
Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. So this I already discussed, right? So this only I already discussed that. Now we'll see more of the operations on the string, right? So as we all studied slicing operation on the list, we did that one. On the tuples, we did that operation, right? So same thing, the same slicing operation can be done on the string because here characters of the strings are indexed by numbers, like 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, right? So you can do the slicing operation here. For example, right, let us take here another string like hello world, right? Now yes is having hello world. Now what I want to do here, I want to extract from 0 to 5th position, mean up to 5th position, not including 5, right? So starting from 0 to 4, so mean up to 5, right? 5, so then it is going to retrieve the characters from starting position 0 to 4, right? Now look at here, hello. Now it is going to retrieve the string which are indexed from 0 to 4. So 5 will not be included, that's why I'm telling you 0 to 4, right? Did you get this one? This is called a slicing operation. This we also,
Yes, sir.
this kind of operation also we did on the list. We did on the tuple also. So same slicing operation can be done on even string also, right? So you can write something like this, like for example 3 colon, so 8. Now from starting position 3 to 7, it is going to retrieve the data. So that is LO space WO, right? So likewise you can go with say simple. So what you can do, just you can write the starting position and you can omit the second index value. So what is going to do here? What it is going to do if I leave the second one? If I don't write the second one, these points I already discussed with the list and tuple.
Till end it will print.
Go to till end.
When a second integer value is missed, when a second integer value is missed, then it is going to take up to the length of the string, right? Likewise, you can write leaving empty first for the first number, and you can write up to 6. Second one you can write, right? So then starting position, what will be the starting position here? We are left first one empty. That means what will be the default starting value?
H.
H, sir.
What will be the starting position, default starting position? If you leave the first
0, sir. From 0 to
leave the first one empty, then it is going to take 0 as a default value. So that's why starting from 0, that is H, character H, it is going to retrieve the data. Did you get the idea? So if I leave both, if I leave both and if I write simply single quote, sorry, if I write just colon, then
It will
it will print full.
starting to end, that is 0 to up to length of the string, right? Then if I want to reverse the string, look at here, simple
-1.
you can write colon
Minus one.
-1, simple colon -1. Now look at here, the string has been reversed now. So compared to C programming language, so this code, like this reversing of a string, you could have in C you used to write some lines of code, right? But here with a simple one line with the indexing, that too with the indexing, you can do this one, right? Did you got the idea of
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now look at here one more. So that is, you can use the third index value also, third integer value also. In the slicing operation, you can use the third integer value also. So what is this one? This is called a step counter. 0 to 5, but not including 5. So that means it is to go up to it is to go from 0 to 4, but as a step of 2. That means in every step it is going to increment value by 2. So that's why look at here what I'm getting here. H, after H I'm going to get this L, right? After L I'm going to get this O. Got this one?
Yes.
This
Yes, sir.
third one, it is step value.
Yes, sir.
Right? By default the step value will be 1. Right? It iterates through every character. But when I write some other integer value, then it is going by that value. Right? And no, see here one more thing. Right. So these all I discussed. Yeah. Right. String concatenation I discussed. In operator I discussed. Not in can also be used. In or not in can also be used. String comparison. Coming to this one. This is very, very important. See, usually in C programming language, usually in C programming or even Java programming language, so relational operators like double equal, that is equal to operator, is less than operator, is greater than operator.